Dramanyava Utota Ikave Namaha Bahubhya Mutate Namaha Jate Rudra Shiva Tanu Raghora Apakashini Kayanastam Vasantamaya
Hari Om, Hari Om. All my brother and sister, all of you listening, the talk on the Vedas, because this country is going to celebrate International Ved Conference on 1st, 2nd, 3rd November 2019 in Hilton Hotel. So my brother and sister, what is the Vedas? Our subject of the conference, all the scholars they have chosen, very nice theme, modern science and Vedic science. What is a modern science and what is a Vedic science? What is the differences? This during 400 years, modern science developed step by step from beginning. Modern science it has no too much technology and devices. But time to time many scientists came and started to explain and to know what is the truth in this universe. Aim of the Vedic science and modern science is a aim how to find the truth. What is the truth? And how to utilize the truth in our daily life. So, modern science. Modern science started to search. This earth, Mother Earth, has a force that is a gravitational force. This earth is a pulling down from the sky, which is in the range of the Mother Earth, in orbit of the Mother Earth, because that is a gravitational force. Same way, all planets, Moon, Mars, all 9 in our tradition, 9 planet is a more prominent, and they have the gravitational force. After that, everybody is very happy when the Newton search all these things. And from Newton to modern science, Einstein appeared on the stage of modern science. And he has given the one theory, that name is a relative theory, relativity. His thing, whole this universe has the relative relation. And he has given the one formula, E equal to mc square. is a great invention in the modern science. Modern science, search. Journey started modern science. And first search this human body. Human body is the sense organ. And skin to skeleton, that is structure of the human body. In this, inside of these bodies, then first thing, nerves, artery, heart, blood, skeleton and bone, many system organs are present in this body. They are searching. They started to search. What is the last particle of this body? Last unit of this body? They declare that is a cell, C-E-L-L, cell. What is the base of the cell of this body? They told protoplasm. And what is a protoplasm? Without the protoplasm, cell of the body will not exist. And without the cell, this organ of this body will be not present. And without the organ, with organ, this system of this body is appeared. Then they are searching what is a protoplasm. They found there is in the protoplasm is the genes. Genes. Modern word is a genome. This genes is helpful to transfer the quality of the parent in the child. These genes, this science is the genetics is developed. This genetics has become a part of heredity, and how these genes and genome is taking the quality and how to transmitting from generation to generation. But what is the genes? They again further started to search in chemistry. In the chemistry, they found that genes is a protein, amino acid. So what is the amino acid and protein and carbohydrate? What is that? At last particle they found, and that is electron, proton, neutron, positron. Einstein declared, electron, proton, neutron, positron, one is more part in the search. After the Einstein, the 3 years before, they found one particle more. This particle is a base of the whole universe. They have given the new name God particle. They didn't give the, now they have given the new name. Same way, this modern science started to search. All the matter, all the material has the molecule, the part of all matter and material, the next part is a molecule. That molecule again divide by scientists, modern science, and then molecule then divided again the same way, electron, proton, neutron. What is then electron, proton, neutron? They started to search in physics, the branch of the modern science, physics. They found this electron, proton, neutron is a electric power, magnetic power, plus and minus as electricity running, same way they have. They search only electron, proton, neutron. These word is the last particle of the all universe. Whole universe is prepared with the help of electron, proton, neutron. Even gold also has electron, proton, neutron. Silver also, iron also, stone also, everything. So they came on conclusion, all this universe is made of the 3 in 1, electron, proton, neutron, positron, now the God particle, not God particle. This is the great invention. After this research, modern science now turning toward Vedic science, step change, philosophy changed, because in the physics is they found in physiology and physics they came step by step toward the one new invention. They told above this earth is the air. Above the air, and that is in this air, carbon dioxide, oxygen, helium, sulfur, all this element is making this atmosphere of this earth so many in element. As you go above from the atmosphere of this earth, then ozone. Above the ozone, they found the electromagnetic power. Electromagnetic energy is there. Now from molecule, electron, proton, now they using the word energy. That electromagnetic energy we have in this body, that is a physical energy, the electromagnetic energy. Above the electromagnetic energy, they search. There are alpha, beta, gamma rays. Now rays and energy, these two words. Rays is a particle, a ray is a waves. Up till now they didn't decide what is that. That is energy, that is waves like water waves, ocean waves. So they are searching. Electron, proton, neutron with a molecule in this sky, alpha, beta, gamma rays, they are very powerful. Above this rays, the ultraviolet, that is so powerful. If no ozone in the sky, then all this earth will be deserted, will burn. Nobody can survive.
I've asked to give a few brief comments on the extraordinary technology, Vedic technology of yajna and Vedic recitation. This Vedic technology is remarkable for its effects. From a scientific perspective, some might say a bit mysterious as to its mechanism. And I'd like to take a moment to explain scientifically, at least from the physical perspective, how it works. First point I need to make is that the entire universe is nothing but vibration. As we have seen in this conference, modern science has come to know the unified field, which is the fundamental level of natural law, the fundamental mechanics of creation, the mechanics through which unity at the foundation of the universe gives rise to the emergence of the ever-changing, infinitely diverse universe. And this fundamental mechanics identified by modern science is equivalent. It is simply the scientific language for the eternal wisdom of the Veda. The fundamental dynamics of unity, the dynamics of Atma, the dynamics of consciousness, the ocean of pure being, and the mechanics through which the ocean of pure being gives rise to the universe. And that understanding is that from this ocean of silence emerges the dynamism of the universe. And the dynamism of the universe are truly just the waves on the surface of the ocean of existence, waves on the surface of the ocean of universal consciousness. And these waves take a particular form, the particular mathematical form of what are called superstrings. This is the scientific language. And these superstrings emerging from the ocean of pure being have the mathematical structure of literally elastic loops. And these elastic loops can vibrate in a vast number of ways, a whole range of energies, a whole range of frequencies. So we have a universe filled with elastic loops with different vibrational energy, which, because of the relationship between energy and mass, means filled with superstrings of different mass. That is the nature of our physical universe. Now, these strings appear to us through our instruments and through our eyes as the fundamental particles of nature. The spin-2 graviton, etc., the photon, the electron, the Higgs boson, the 5 quantum spin types emerging from the ocean of pure being. These are the same as the Pancha Mahabhutas, but in modern physical terms, the 5 quantum spins. But we have to realize that these Mahabhutas and these particles and forces of the universe are just the vibrations, just the waves on the surface of the ocean of consciousness. That is all they are. And from that perspective, our universe really is a symphony. The unified field in vibration, the vrittis of Atma, consciousness in motion, appearing, manifesting itself as the 5 Mahabhutas of the fundamental spin types of the whole universe. So, truly, our universe, even the material aspect of the universe, is nothing but vibration. And it follows, as I will show, that through sound, through vibration, one can transform anything into anything. After all, if the material structures of the universe are just vibrational states of the unified field, it's very easy to change the vibrational state of a superstring into another vibrational state, which means it's very easy in principle to transform a graviton into a gravitino, a photon into an electron, and so forth, anything into anything. This is scientific fact, and we do this in the laboratory every day. If you're a particle physicist and you have an electron and you decide you'd rather have a pair of protons, how do you go from an electron to a proton? Well, the electron, as we've said, is just a vibrational tone of the unified field. And the protons that we seek are just another vibrational tone or combination of tones of the unified field. So how do we get from one state of vibration to the other? The answer is by the addition of a second frequency through the addition of a specific sound. That specific sound comes in the form of a positron, for example, and that combination of sounds, electron and positron, interact with each other to produce a new set of sounds. And that's how you go from one state of matter to another state of matter through the introduction of sound alone. Through sound, you can transform anything into anything, because the universe is, and everything in the universe is nothing but a bundle of sound. Through the addition of further sound, transforms into a new sound. Now, chemists know how to transform sugar into water. The more challenging task would be to transform misfortune into fortune, disease into health, poverty into abundance. So the Vedic science of sound is the application of the mantras of the Ved in specific ways to lead to a specific result. And this whole science of the use of mantra contained in the science of Brahmana and Kalpa and so forth is a marvelous science that we could call the chemistry of sound. What sound do we need? What ingredient is required to transform what we don't want into what we truly need for society, need for the individual? That's the Vedic science of sound. It's absolutely marvelous, and there's nothing like it on this earth. There's one more point, though, I would like to make, and that is the importance of yoga that is transcending to make sound powerful, to make yajna powerful. So yoga, as we've seen, are the classical, powerful Vedic technologies to take our surface level of sound and surface level of mind to deeper and deeper levels of mind, exploring the finest, most powerful levels of mind, transcending those to experience the Atma, the home of the Veda. For one reason this is so important is because the experience of the Atma in Samadhi transforms the brain, as we saw in real time early this afternoon. It brings the integrated activity, the coherent functioning of the total brain. And it's the use of the entire brain that makes sound powerful. Not a sliver of the brain, which we normally engage in any activity that we do, the entire brain, the wholeness of consciousness. This yoga achieves. So you see the whole brain, from the front to the back of the brain, the entire brain functioning in concert, in coherence, in a very powerful way. And the other point of this of yoga is deeper levels of thought, finer levels of sound are more powerful, much more powerful. This is a fundamental principle of physics. It's the same reason that nuclear power is 1,000,000 times more powerful than chemical energy. And it's simply because the nucleus and nuclear transformations are 1,000,000 times smaller than the chemical transformation of molecules. So the deeper you go, the more powerful you become. So if we are speaking the mantras in a state of fatigue, in a state of stress or agitation, this coarse level of speech is represented by a characteristic frequency of some tens of hertz. If our desire is to transform lead into gold, take a rock and transform it into gold using sound, using speech, it doesn't matter how loud you shout at the stone, it will rarely transform into gold. The real purpose of this is that the significance is taking thought and speech to a deeper level. Deeper levels of mind at the megahertz and gigahertz and terahertz level. It's on the terahertz level that the molecular and nuclear structure of a stone exists. If you're not speaking to the stone on that level, you're not speaking that same language. You're not speaking the language of nature. The language of nature is really on the level of the Atma, and speech arising from that level. Now, the relationship between speech and nature has now become clearer. The different levels of speech, levels of sound, levels of mind, from Vaikari to Madhyama to Pashanti to para-transcendental, relate directly to what we call surface or classical physics, then to the molecular level, atomic level of quantum mechanics, then to the nuclear and subnuclear level of quantum field theory, and then the para level of speech, the Atma level of consciousness, is the level of the unified field. So practice of yoga takes the awareness through these deeper levels of reality and takes consciousness to the level of Veda, Atma. And where you want to be for Vedic recitation is just here, on the level of Atma emerging to Pashanti, a fine feeling level of speech, for two reasons. One, the deeper you go, the more powerful speech becomes. The deeper you go, the more powerful mind and thought become. More powerful and also less localized. Coarse speech only travels as far as you can hear it. Finer levels of nature, at the quantum mechanical level, this locality is transcended, and you can truly have non-local influences that could affect an entire nation, that could influence the fruit of the yajna at a great distance, that could uplift the whole world. So the conclusion is that yoga, transcending, make Vedic recitation and yajna truly powerful, and that through the combination of yoga and yajna, one can literally transform anything into anything, suffering into peace, disease into health, misfortune into fortune, Kali Yuga into Sat Yuga, 2015 into Ram Raj. And that is the basis. That is what the basis that we call the Global Peace Initiative.
The comprehensive knowledge of the Veda has been brought out in the language of the modern scientific age by His Holiness Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. Many additional research studies have demonstrated the power of recitation of the Veda by Maharishi Vedic scholars of India for the individual and society. A very unique opportunity indeed has been created through this international conference to apply these Vedic technologies to reduce crime, violence, stress, poverty, and suffering in the lives of the people in Trinidad and Tobago, the wider Caribbean, and the globe at large. Join us on 1st and 2nd November 2019 at Trinidad Hilton and Conference Center as internationally recognized scientists and researchers will examine the principles of Vedic science, now verified by modern science, and demonstrate how these principles can be used to create coherence and harmony for the region. Don't miss this event. Register now at www.vedaconferencett.com.